Hey. Welcome in, leading ladies of the light. I have 15-20 minutes with you before someone else is coming into the temple space to host her beautiful event in the temple. So things are heating up and I am so excited because this is my jam. This is what set me out in an incredible masterpiece of a journey that still just continues to live and create electricity and love in my heart, and is such an expanded time for me. So I wrote a post on my main profile page, and so I'm just going to speak about that today. I'm really focused and just driven at the moment to give live trainings, downloads, guidance, inspiration to navigate the energies, and so much more. Coaching in the mentorship space is what I love to do. And also really showing women how to build out and be supported in their ascension journey, but how to marry that with the building and the transformation of their enterprise of light as well. So if this is the first time you've ever heard me speak on the internet, hello, my name is Myra. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm the creator of the Golden Path Experience, and my first business here was actually called Temple of the Priestess. So welcome in. If you tend to watch me quite a bit, you know, familiar with my work, send me a heart. And if you're watching the replay, you can hashtag replay. That way I know this awesome class has reached you. So there is something very significant happening on the planet at the moment, and it started perhaps 6 weeks ago. For me, that's when I felt it. I felt it intensely before, but there's another wave of this coming in. And it really has to do around your Atlantean akashic records and the remembrances you have of your multidimensional nature. And how I know that is I've physically gone through it myself. And now the scientific community, now astrology, numerology, there are so many arts and sciences now jumping into the conversation with all supporting, repeating evidence as to why these conditions have been set up and why they are so on the planet. So I'm going to share, if you're new to Atlantis, welcome for the ride of your life. I'm so honored and deeply moved that I could even have the potentiality to be your mentor in that space, but ultimately you are your greatest teacher. And so the Atlantean akashic records are incredibly strong at the moment, and how I know that to be is through my own remembrance, the ability for me to access my own multidimensional nature, but a couple of big events that are happening in the life recently. So when you see the rise of a civilization go through this steep ramping up of greed, manipulation, the manipulation we've had in weather, the interruption or perhaps the contamination in the DNA recently through the COVID jab and other sorts of influences through the high rise of even the mono agriculture, the way that our food is produced at the moment. What are some others? Oh, the rise in artificial intelligence, the banking systems, on and on it goes. And also, if I didn't mention weather manipulation, that's a really good one as well. And so these are really big indicators as the current climate. Hi, Marima, welcome in. So beautiful to see you. So these are the current activities that I'd say like the power forces, those are in control or holding most of the control in a really ego-driven way, power, greed, manipulation, and deception, and lying. And so they hold their positions by doing those sorts of activities and behaviors. And so when you begin to see that ramp up and intensify in this current civilization, the beauty and the genius of this is why you can't hate on these people. They are actually doing the awakening process such an incredible service. Because what it does, it speaks to the antennas in your DNA. And it comes through as this beautiful little quantum light information parcel through the portal of your DNA strands. So every time the powers at be ramp up their manipulation, their schemes, their activities, the more they ramp up their control of the weather, of the food production, of the schooling system, of wanting to control the people, the more they turn the volume dial up on that, the more it speaks to your DNA. So it's just a genius of the system. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing to fix in the current state of our humanity and world. It is all going beautifully to plan. And so it speaks and it begins to prod and it begins to kind of tickle the DNA, and those akashic remembrances begin to bubble up. And what they're usually saying is, this is really familiar. I feel like I've been here before. I do feel a bit used when the government does that. I do feel a bit taken advantage of when the banking or the financial systems make this next move. And there begins to awaken and arise those that are unconscious or those that are ignorant. It is awesome. So this is of great benefit for those that remain ignorant or just simply unconscious, unaware of the multi-dimensional nature of the human being. And this is why they call it the time of great awakening, because the more those power forces, Illuminatis, systems, power groups, the more they play out and grasp desperately onto the old, repeated, outdated things that only they know how to do, they are not going to grow. They are not going to change, and they are not going to transform their current habits. The more they do what they do, that is brilliant, because it speaks to those that have not awakened yet. And so this is why Lee Harris says this is the greatest rise of the light worker. This is a time of the greatest awakening, because for those, there's a wave of the leading ladies of light, of the ascended masters, of the light workers, of the healers that have gone out already. We don't necessarily really need to awaken them from the deepest sleep, from the deepest level of amnesia. They're starting to wake up. Yes, there's more on the journey. There will always be more. But this is of great significance to those who have not stirred from the slumber yet. There will be so many more of us. It is incredibly exciting. Now, you can see I'm quite excited. We enter into the new moon of Aquarius very late tonight or on the 10th of February, depending on where you are in the planet. We happen to also enter into the year of the Chinese Lunar New Year, and it is the animal totem of the dragon, wood yin dragon. What is most present at the moment? If you're familiar with the symbol of the ouroboros, this is the snake or the dragon in full circle, where it's actually devouring its own tail. This symbol was used in Atlantis, it was used in Egypt, and it will come back strongly into the consciousness again. I would be heavily referring to this symbol. It feels so alive in my body, it feels so alive in the field. And how I know this symbol is like prominent at the moment is because we're having the fall of Atlantis, which is just a fractal of the whole entire field of consciousness. These timelines are not necessarily in the past. They are living and breathing simultaneously as you relate to your current reality. So as Atlantis falls, the rebirth and the new life follows the destruction. And this is the two timelines that are playing out at the moment. And this is, the symbol for this is the ouroboros symbol. And we have dragon arriving, flying in. She's got her wings and her tail out wide, and she is descending, and she's about to land her feet on our planet late tonight or tomorrow. I have so much to share around this. I hope this little energetic update truly, truly facilitates and holds you and supports you and guides you in your journey of awakening. But what we're going to see is this incredible destruction of the dragon actually devouring itself, where it eats its own tail. And the beautiful cyclical nature of that symbol actually says, you know what? We are all one. We are all one with the Atlanteans right now as their cities are falling. And that's why I'm emotional, because I feel that. It is all running right now simultaneously through all of the timelines and all of these realities of this incredible architecture of this energetic, infinite field of light. The destruction and the fall is happening really quite strongly again. And I love the scientific community, because they're all rising up now going, oh, we found the lands. I'm like, yeah, they were always there. You just didn't have the wisdom or the understanding or the inclination to even look there. And we will see more and more of this. We will see more of the medicine, the wisdom, the akashic remembrances begin to emerge again strongly that relate to Atlantis. There is so much more though. There is way more beyond Atlantis. I'm just speaking about her today because she is very, very present. There's a beautiful decade happening for humanity in astrology. I believe it is Pluto that is entering Aquarius, and she will stay there for 10 years. It's a very, very big astrological shift. And so don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if your dreamscape begins to change a little. Don't be surprised if you have some experiences that you've not felt before, and you have some remembrances of the deep wisdom, the medicine, the crystals, the technology. It's not necessarily about the end, because if it was about the end, we would be viewing and living that Atlantean reality. But we are here present in 2024. This is where the camera focus lens is, like we're tuned in and focused on this reality. This is actually about an incredible rebirth, that we are all one. And so many more people around the planet will wake up to the idea even about reincarnation. They will not just know that as a concept, they will know it as a lived and embodied experience. People will have more and more embodied remembrances of past lives, past civilizations, interstellar travel, the ability to communicate with other galactic systems around the whole entire universe, the neighborhood of this universe. You understand why so many people are traveling to Egypt? My God, I've never bumped into so many people that went to Egypt last year. It was hectic in my world anyway. And that is because so many of the particular city that was the Atlantean city that was most closest to the Red Sea, they just simply fled there. And so they are the descendants, our brothers and sisters from Atlantis, that began to set up the Egyptian wisdom pyramids, the systems of royalty, the communities and the societies. That's why there is such a big, but please know there are 11 great cities of Atlantis surrounding our beautiful planet. At the time, Atlantis was not just one location. It was actually what we called planet Earth at the time. We did not call her Earth. We called her Atlantis. So welcome back, sisters. Welcome back to an incredible timeline. I truly hope you feel this. I truly hope you remember that you travel well, that you take lots of rest and keep hydrated and continue to move your body. The body will begin to reveal all of this incredible ancient wisdom and technology. beautiful sacred abilities and remembrances and all of the healing crafts that you have. So know that you're not alone, you're not going crazy. Always pop into the Facebook group. And please, I built this whole business from one sister sharing with another sister. So if any of these daily trainings or daily coaches help you in any way and you think another woman could benefit and get value out of it, it would mean the world to me. I would be so honored if you could share the group with another sister. And if they get benefit and value in here, then you can share it in the comments. Have a beautiful weekend. I love you. And remember, follow your golden path.